for our next matchup. This one in the super welterweight division. Charles Conwell, 10 years younger than that of Juan Carlos Abreu. Abreu with the slight height and the reach advantage. And now, to meet the fighters, we send it up to ring announcer, the dapper dressed Joe Martinez.
And now, fine fans, we are set to go once again. 10 rounds this scheduled in the semifinal WBC Super Welterweight Title Eliminator. The three judges scoring at ringside are Ron Stevens, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And when the action begins inside the ring, your referee in charge, Jerry Cantu. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed in blue. He weighed in officially 154 pounds even. This veteran holds a record of 25 victories, including 23 knockouts, 6 defeats, and 1 draw. Desde la Romana de la República Dominicana, presentando Juan Carlos Merengue Abreu. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. We're in burgundy with yellow. He weighed in 153.8 pounds. In 17 professional fights, he stands perfect with 17 victories, including 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the undefeated super welterweight from Cleveland, Ohio, Charles Bad News Conwell.
Gentlemen, seconds. Gentlemen, you have received your instructions in the dressing room. Estás recibiendo sus instrucciones en el camerino. Good luck to both of you.
So Charles Conwell, who has been a pro for over 5 years, looks to make another step towards potentially elevating up the ranks in a very loaded super welterweight division. Actually spent some time helping to prepare Tony Harrison for his upset win over Jermell Charlo back in December of 2018. Actually, you know, had a traumatic fight back in October of 2019. He fought Patrick Day. Day would pass away after the fight. Charles Conwell said it messed him up for some time, and now time being called here by Jerry Cantu.
He doesn't have his mouthpiece in.
Doesn't have his mouthpiece in.
What happened?
That's the corner. That's amateurish as hell.
About, guys?
That's amateurish as hell.
Let's go!
And the fans
Did they forget the mouthpiece? Oh, good.
Are letting them
I thought I forgot it at the locker room.
So we are back to action, but yes, Charles Conwell said he, you know, had some, you know, was able to get past the issues that he dealt with after the fight with Patrick Day, and he has put since that in the rearview mirror, and he dedicates fights to Patrick Day. He is, his older brother Isaiah is a professional as well. He's undefeated, 12-0. But also, Ray, you know what it's like. The fact that Charles Conwell trains in Toledo, that's not the easiest part of Ohio to grow up in.
No, I have a lot of friends in Toledo, and I've gone there quite a bit over the last couple of years. Great people, great city, but like I said, very tough. And very good fighters out there. Some very, very good fighters.
Yeah, former lightweight champion of the world, Robert Easter Jr. out of Toledo as well. I mean, there's so much talent there in the Ohio area.
Look, he's from the Cleveland area. Again, you know, Northeastern, Youngstown, Cleveland, Akron, Canton. A lot of good fighters. And a large boxing tradition, too, through the years.
This is Charles Conwell's second fight since August of last year. 3 rounds since then. Has stopped 6 of his last 7 opponents.
Yeah, but they're trying to establish that jab. You know, you see where the experience comes in. He's just touching him with the jab because he's trying to
shot behind the head,
control that distance, trying to figure out what Conwell's about. But as I said, he's 35 years old, but he feels young and confident. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't party, and he looks in great shape. Look at his body. But let's see if he can perform with a younger guy, an Olympian like Charles Conwell.
I gotta tell you, Conwell got a very unusual style, but it's effective for him. You know, see his hands are in tight. His chin's not exposed. He's up and down, side to side. He gives you a moving target.
Well, Juan Carlos Abreu, he has been in there against some top-level names, Humberto Soto, Jamal James, Mean Kalakaukis, also Alexander Pasputin as well. So those are some quality names on his dossier.
And I like the fact that Conwell is walking him down, taking his time, just taking his time, nothing rushed. And again, we keep using the word, but it's true. Keeping his composure. Very composed right now.
And I know you talked about it, Boom Boom. I like his defense. You know, he's got that frame. Tight knit defense, real close. You know, and he's blocking a lot of those shots. The only thing I don't like about Conwell, but he's got to get work on. He's single punching a little bit too much. He's got to put it together.
Well, Abreu told us in the fighter meetings he's won better fighters than that of Conwell, at least on paper.
They butt heads.
And on to round number 2. This one's scheduled for 10. Greatly appreciate Marcos Villegas for translating in between rounds. Juan Carlos Abreu said in his early days as an amateur boxer, as a child in the Dominican Republic, he would box barefoot in a park and passerbyers would throw coins at him to praise his work because of his footwork. Literally barefoot.
What a story, huh?
Just goes to show that prize fighting, there's a reason why they call it prize fighting.
That's, Raul, you have a lot in common with Charles Conwell. He was a member of the 2016 Olympic team. You're a member of the Olympic team. I tell you, he didn't get there just by happenstance. You can see large amateur experience. So even though it's an awkward style, it works for him. He knows what he's doing, keeping his arms in, very composed, throwing short, sharp punches.
Well, not only that, Boom Boom, I'm huge on that amateur background. You know, when you're an Olympian, you fight, when you fight with guys, I mean, from Europe, they got the awkward styles, so you could, when you fight another guy with an awkward style, I mean, even if you're awkward or the other guy's awkward, it's easier for you to adjust. Because you've seen in the amateurs, even just fighting here in the States, guys that, Conwell, he had 130 amateur fights. Yeah. So he's seen it all. He's seen many different types of styles, so it makes it easier for him to adjust.
Well, even as a teenager, he was the 2015 USA Boxing Male Athlete of the Year. That didn't translate in the Olympics. He lost in the first round, but he was only 18 years of age.
Yeah, he was the youngest member of the 2016 USA Olympic team.
And look, when you can get that international experience and blood streaming from the left eye of Charles Conwell. Now, let us remind you that if a fight is stopped because of an accidental clash of heads, it has to go full 4 rounds in order to go to the scorecards. Otherwise, it is a no decision. So if the fight is stopped between now and before the end of the 4th, it will be a no decision. So these rounds are very important moving forward.
And I'll tell you what, Ray, it seems like that cut is bothering Conwell. Yes. He keeps wiping his eye, and it's hard to fight. I was a blood and guts type of fighter, so I know about cuts, and I know about fighting with cuts, with blood in my eyes. He might go big. He's got to go for pro.
A right hand, and Juan Carlos Abreu, his nickname is Merengue. Well, he was doing the merengue going backwards from that right hand from Charles Conwell.
Yeah, I think those big shots caught Abreu's attention. Conwell needs to keep doing that. Keep trying to load up with his shots, because you never know what's going to happen with the cut.
We're headed towards the 3rd. Round 3, this one is scheduled for 4. Charles Conwell, a cut above his left eye against Juan Carlos Abreu. To let us know more on the cut and what the ruling is, here is Mike Rodriguez. Mike.
I spoke with the athletic commission. It's ruled an accidental headbutt. They're doing all the right things by getting the direct pressure on the eye. It's in a very tender spot of the eye, right on the left eyebrow. It's something to keep an eye on, because when he stood up, he wasn't bleeding. But as you know, the course of the round and getting hit, it can open up again. Like Ray Flores said earlier, the fight's going to have to go 4 full rounds, or it may be stopped on a technical decision.
Mike, from your standpoint, is it enough that you think it could be stopped before the end of the 4th round? Mike, you're an esteemed cutman yourself. Do you think the fight could be stopped before the end of the 4th round?
No, it does, at this point, it doesn't look like the fight's in danger of getting stopped, but I want to take a real good look at it after this round because I see that the fight's starting opening up again, and I can see that Conwell's fighting with a bigger sense of urgency, which is smart on his part.
Mike Rodriguez, one of the best in the business, educating us on the cut with Charles Conwell as we are now at the midway point of the third round.
Right there, you seen that Conwell was on the ropes. He spun out. You see that he stepped to the side. That's a good professional move. Very nice. And he's trying to move away from the eye.
Yeah, and he keeps wiping. You know, he's taking the focus out of the fight and focusing on the cut because you see it's really bothering him.
It's effective.
Boom, boom. Yeah, he keeps wiping his eye, and he's got to focus more on Abreu instead of the cut. You know, I think when he goes back to the corner, that's why he's got the cut man. He's got the corner people to take care of that problem.
Oh, and this is why you do not you have a quality cut man.
Yes.
For situations like this, you do not just get anybody.
I was just going to say, Ray, this is why you spend the money. A lot of guys won't. A lot of corners won't spend the money. Spend the money for quality cut man.
And the action intensifying. Charles Conwell fighting with more of a sense of urgency.
Yeah, he is, and he looks like he needs to. Landed some good power shots.
Look,
He keeps that, he's got to keep that pressure going because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're in round 3. They could stop the fight in round 4. I don't think they will. I think it'll go past 4 rounds. But guys, I don't know if that cut could keep bleeding like that.
But it also makes every single round that much more important. We've gotten some DNA on our notes and probably our nice suits, but whatever. The dry cleaning bill will be in the invoice, so to speak. But final moments of the third round.
Abreu's smart. He keeps rubbing his head inside down that cut.
We are headed towards the 4th. A cut above the left eye of Charles Conwell affecting the 2016 Olympian. So the ruling is an accidental clash of heads as we head towards the 4th round. This round has to be completed. If the fight is stopped because of the accidental clash of heads, we will go to the scorecards, but these next 2 minutes and 45 seconds have to go by the wayside in order for that to happen. Mike Rodriguez has more with what he saw in the corner of Charles Conwell.
Yes, Ray, I was able to get up close to the corner. It's not bleeding as much. It's a good-sized cut over that left brow. I did speak with the ringside physician, Dr. Perlman Hicks. He said it's not impairing his ability to defend himself at this point, but it's definitely something we're going to keep an eye on. And I think as this fight progresses, you're going to see Conwell have a bigger sense of urgency. Abreu definitely thinks, the fight's within his grasp, and that's why he's fighting as hard as he is.
He's not just an analyst, he's a quality cut man. Been in the corner, the likes of Manny Pacquiao, Dimitri Bivol, just to name a few of the big names that Mike Rodriguez has been in. Oh, big shot there by Conwell. That may have shooken up Abreu.
Conwell's fighting with a sense of urgency right now. I'm telling you, from the jump, started around. He jumps right on Abreu. He's throwing big power punches.
Yeah, Conwell keeps hurting him with that overhand right and left hook. But you see Abreu, his craftiness, he holds on. As soon as he gets hurt, he knows how to hold him. And it messes up on Conwell's momentum.
Well, the cut may have made Charles Conwell that much more dangerous. It's like a wounded animal. When you're wounded, you become that much more dangerous because you have to survive and you have that sense of urgency.
I agree. That happens all the time. I mean, I've seen it in fights where guys get even when they get dropped in the first round or early, they get up and they're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to get dropped. Right. So they fight with more sense of urgency. If you get dropped in the first, second round, that's already a 10-8 round. So that means you got to catch up.
Well, look at Jose Cepeda, down 4 times against Ivan Baranchyk, comes back and wins in the 2020 Fight of the Year.
Well, he also dropped Baranchyk 4 times too. So,
but what I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you, Abreu is a smart old vet. He gets inside, he moves his head around that eye. He gets it, he's got his dreadlocks here, he's rubbing it on the eye. I'm telling you, he's a smart guy. He gets in there and he tries to use those shoulders against the eye. Whatever he can do to open it back up.
On top of that, Boom Boom, he's trying to frustrate Conwell, by like what you were saying, the tactics, by rubbing his hair in his cut, and just trying to get him off his game plan, trying to make him worry more about the cut than what does he got to do to win the fight.
Well, Abreu is a scrapper. The reason why he got into boxing is because his older brother would keep beating him up, and that's why he got in the boxing gym to learn how to defend himself. Final moments of the fourth round. So, heading towards the fifth, if the fight is cut moving forward, we will go to the scorecards. And we head toward against Duran Boots Ennis, who in my estimation is one of the fastest rising up-and-comers in boxing, and now time being called.
Hurry up.
I hope they stop the clock.
Rápido.
I hope they stop the clock.
I'm literally sitting next to the timekeeper, and yes, they have done so.
Okay, good.
Mike Rodriguez just told me there was an issue with the laces, so they put some tape on it. And now we are ready and set for action as we have commenced this fifth round. Ray Flores, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, the Hall of Famer, along with Raul Marquez, Cynthia Conti, and Mike Rodriguez here at the War Grounds in Carson. So far, guys, how do you see the fight thus far?
Well, I think Khan was comfortably ahead. I think this is a learning fight for him too, because we always talked about him, but he's a veteran. He knows a lot of tricks, and he's making them go rounds. He knows how to hold on. But I think if Conwell wants to close the show, more activity, more punches and punches, then try to land big shots, and then after that, go back to punches and punches. I think if he does that, he might be able to stop Abreu.
I tell you, Abreu, he's a conniving veteran, using all the tricks. Yeah, I mean, of course, Conwell's winning the fight because he's letting the cleaner punches and he's pressing the attack. But it's not an easy fight right now. But it's by no means an easy fight because Abreu was doing some tricky things in there and getting hit with some sucker punches that could, make it interesting down the road.
A nice offensive combination by Charles Conwell that was punctuated with the right hand. There's a beautiful uppercut, and he just pushes Abreu off of him. Well, you look at the quality work that Conwell has gotten in. Obviously, you look at Tony Harrison. You also look at the likes of Duran Boots Ennis as well, who incidentally is the only guy to have stopped Juan Carlos Abreu as well.
Oh, he's a strong guy, sturdy guy. You can see that. He's got a good chin. He's getting hit with some good solid shots now.
What a combination. Abreu smiled at him, but now he's getting hammered. He is getting lit up with hooks.
Yeah, Conwell really putting them together there, but you know what? He's invested too. I saw he landed some hard body shots with an old veteran like Abreu. Punish the body. He takes a good headshot. Let's start punishing the body now. Take those legs away. Make those hands get low. Then you go on top and you try to end it.
Well, with the name,
really showing his experience. There goes those body shots again. Sneaky body shots. Every now and then you want to be like Pernell Whitaker used to do. Hit him on the side of the leg.
That's right.
Hey, anything goes. You know what I'm talking about.
You hit him on the hip.
When the referee's on this side and he's not looking at it. Whatever the referee doesn't see doesn't count, right? That's the way you look at it.
Dead in them legs, that's for sure.
It's boxing. It's the boxing game here.
Well, with the fact Juan Carlos Abreu's only been stopped one time in his career, that's to Boots Ennis. As Charles Conwell looking to become the second fighter to do so, that would make a statement, especially as you're trying to move up the ranks. This is the guy that you need to not only beat, but if you really want to make that significant splash, you beat decisively and arguably stop him.
Well, Abreu's like he's a gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper in this division.
Final moments of the fifth between Charles Conwell and Juan Carlos Abreu. Told me all about him because his father told him all about it.
That's it.
Now we're in the second half of the fight. They both touch gloves, and we are underway. Guys, this has been a very physical, high-contact kind of a fight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Conwell's in a fight that, he's winning. I think he's dominating. He's doing some really great stuff in here. But you can't sleep on a guy like Abreu. This he's tricky. He's all of a sudden, he hits you with a sledgehammer out of nowhere. So you can't get confident and put your hands down. And I see that Conwell's being cautious. I love his defense, keeping his hands up, that tight frame defense, kind of like Winky Wright, Arthur Abraham, that kind of defense. And that goes a long way when you fight 10 rounds.
Well, he's doing the right thing right now. Conwell's staying close because you don't want to get hit with no sucker punches from the outside. So he's close enough to punch back. But also,
beautiful right uppercut there by Charles Conwell. Now there's a cut above the nose of Charles Conwell. So Conwell is certainly earning his paycheck here tonight, despite the fact that so far he's done well.
Abreu is strong. He's just one of them guys. He's double tough. He keeps coming forward. Conwell's, he's got to keep pushing. He's got to keep punching to back him off.
I think he needs more explosiveness. So when we're talking about Conwell, more, just faster, more explosive. That nice uppercut by Conwell, but just be more explosive with his combinations because Abreu takes a good shot. He sees that a lot of those shots coming.
Big left hook. As Abreu's in trouble. Abreu's in trouble with that left hook. As you just pointed out, Raul, he came in lunging in and he got blasted with the left hook.
It was explosive, just out of nowhere. I call that, you change the speed of the combination. You throw it, it's almost like, you're not throwing it in slow motion, but you just throw your punches, all of a sudden you load up with a lot of explosiveness on that shot, and that's exactly what happened. He caught him with that right hand.
Hit him low.
And blood streaming outside of the thigh.
That low blow, that's just a dirty tactic by a veteran trying to buy some time.
Yes.
Trying to buy some time. Maybe the referee will break him apart. Maybe something, just whatever he can to buy some time. That's what Abreu is doing. I'm telling you, he's ready to go. He needs more intensity, but Conwell needs more activity, punches and punches, and he'll get him out of there.
Well, for Charles Conwell to deal with adversity, being cut outside of his left eye, cut on the bridge of the nose, he still continues to fight with a high work rate and is hammering Juan Carlos Abreu.
But Abreu's making him work, but Abreu's staying close. Prep keeps coming forward, pushing him back, and Conwell's having a problem with that eye. Can't see very well.
Definitely not making it easy. A big learning experience for the 2016 Olympian. Undefeated prospect, contender, talking about Charles Conwell. Nice short uppercuts. I like he's short with his combinations too.
We continue with action into the 7th round. Charles Conwell, Juan Carlos Abreu. As Charles Conwell dealing with bleeding above his left eye. Also, there was a cut on the bridge of his nose. But so far, we're seeing the maturation of Charles Conwell at 25 years of age. There are moments where things don't go according to plan, where you have a cut in a bad spot and you have to find a way to pull through it. And so far, Charles Conwell has been passing that test against Juan Carlos Abreu.
Yeah, he has. I think he's composed himself very well. Even though he was, the cut was bothering him, but he's come back in a really nice way. Putting his combinations together, his power shots. I think he's winning decisively, and I still think you could get Abreu out of there if he applies more pressure and tries to land those big bombs.
He's also, Conwell's got a welt under his right eye now. It's a welt, starting to swell up. And, it's mentally. When you got to deal with stuff like that, it's just a mental game.
Well, here's where you see if you have that sort of contender sort of hunger, that championship hunger that you need to do when you have a prolonged fight, where you have to deal with adversity and prevail. And so far, Charles Conwell has been passing the test tonight.
And that's why Abreu isn't here for that certain test. And so far, I think he's doing a hell of a job, Conwell, in controlling the pace of the fight. He's doing his thing, Ray.
This is when you test your, see if you got that intestinal fortitude, as you said. And he certainly does. He has what it takes. He's got a champion's heart.
It's about just digging deep and really having to find yourself. We've seen it from our main event fighters, Regis Prograis and Jose Cepeda, and that has put them to the position where they are at tonight, that they will be competing for the WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the world.
Look at Abreu trying to taunt him.
He's
talking to him now.
Yeah, he's talking to him.
I'm telling you, you can't take any rounds off with this veteran, Abreu. Look at him. Like, come on, let's go, baby.
Well, Juan Carlos Abreu said, I've actually gotten proper notice, I got great conditioning, and I feel in great shape, and I'm going to be able to push this young prospect.
You know well, Raul, best I do. This it can work on a young fighter's mind when you got an old vet walking. Oh, good left hook to the body.
Abreu's hurt.
He's hurt him.
That's why he is trying to initiate.
But look at the way Abreu holds on.
He's very smart and calculated.
Yeah.
Big right hand by Conwell. Conwell looking into it with a flurry. Abreu says, come on, is that all you got?
You really got to jump on it right away. with a bunch of punches, a flurry. That way the referee could see it and maybe stop the fight.
I don't know what kind of recovery skills Juan Carlos Abreu has, but my goodness, I need to learn his method of madness because that was a big shot, likely could have put anyone down, and he just grimaced and was right back on the attack, tied up for a little bit, but then immediately came forward.
He prepared himself well, you know, and on top of that, you know, that he just got that dog in him. He's a tough guy, that grit, you know. You either have it or you don't.
That's right.
Boom Boom had it. I had it. What about you?
I don't have it. I don't have it. You guys are tougher than a $2 steak, not me.
I'll tell you what, Abreu, to me, is now smothering his shots. He should stay on the outside. Stay on the outside, because I'm telling you, Conwell's having a very hard time seeing out of that eye. But by Abreu coming in, Conwell's able to tie him up, extend the round.
But Abreu is here to win the fight. He said that he thinks he could do something and show looks to Conwell that will give him the victory. But is it time to sound the alarm, as to say you're down in the scorecards by a major and a wide margin?
No, I think it's he could win this fight, stays on the outside, because Conwell can't see that right hand coming. Just keep banging that right hand, jab right hand, you blind him with the jab, and your right hand comes over the top. He's been hit with it all night.
Nice counter there over the top by Conwell. I'll tell you what, I like the way Conwell covers up really well, and he's a good counter puncher. You know, he
is.
He blocks sharp, and he counters off of that.
Sharp punches.
Yes. But you know, when he blocks and counters, I like that he comes up with one shot. I would like to see him come up with two, three, four punch combinations. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. You know, and that's it, right? Oh,
left hook to the body. Big right hand by Conwell.
Two great shots.
Abreu ate that like how he knew. My goodness.
Hey, Conwell's looking at us. What do I have to do to this guy to get him out of there? I know.
Man.
And you know what you do with a guy like that has a good chin and stuff? Work the body more.
That's right.
And keep hitting him. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Break him down from the body. Break him down from the body.
Conwell has been sitting down on shots to the body, but Abreu keeps coming forward and trying to back up Charles Conwell.
He's got to bully him. That's the way Abreu's going to beat him, is by bullying him. But Conwell's punches are sharp and crisp, but he's having a hard time seeing him on the left side. I'm telling you.
We are nearing the final moments of round number 8. 2 more rounds to go. There's a left hook upstairs by the 2016 Olympian, the undefeated Charles Conwell.
No.
It happened just out of nowhere.
I wonder what they were saying to each other, too, because Abreu was talking with and talking towards Charles Conwell. What do you think they were saying, Ray?
Conwell saying, man, what do I got to do to get you to stay down? Back you off of me. And Abreu, I'm sure he's used some colorful language also.
Yeah, probably universal boxing language, because Abreu speaks Spanish. Left hook upstairs by Conwell. You see the numbers power punch-wise, though Conwell very accurate. A 42% connect percentage in the power punch department.
I think that's what Conwell's doing. Just keep touching him. Body, just keep touching with the punches. You don't have to keep every shot ain't got to be a power punch.
That's it, up and down. Like this old school veteran fighter, trainer that I know back from the Duva days. You know who he is, Boo Boo. Georgie Benn. Georgie Benn said hit him anywhere. He had to hit him in the arms, hit him on the waist, hit him on the legs, just hit him anywhere.
Well, you just said about Pernell Whitaker hitting the guy in the thigh. That was, hit him wherever you can to slow him down. You hit a guy, hit that Charlie horse, and you know damn well you ain't going to be moving forward.
I sparred Pernell Whitaker many times. You know how many times he hit me like that? I know about that.
Well, look, I think it is a part of prize fighting. That's why we have a big right hand there by Conwell. Abreu's hurt. Abreu is hurt.
Yes.
He was on Wobble Street.
He's staggered. Now keep the pressure on. Conwell's got to keep that pressure on.
Oh, nice hook to the body.
Good body shot.
I love that left hook, but he's going to come back with an overhand right.
Just over the midway point of the 9th round, Charles Conwell again having Abreu in some trouble. Big right uppercut that connected at close distance. And Conwell smiling, even though he's bleeding, he's smiling. He looked over at his corners to be like, yeah, you like that? Not sounding like Kirk Cousins here, but come on now.
I like those uppercuts by Conwell. How about that left hook to the body?
That's it.
Then uppercut up the middle, like, change it up.
That's it, man. Mix it up.
Abreu's used to that left hook and that right hand. How about some uppercuts up the middle?
Hey, Raul, bring one low once in a while. That ain't no.
There's that uppercut. Oh, nice. Gave an angle there.
That's
I got to tell you, Raul, you do a quality job. I'd love to have you as my trainer if I was fighting.
Yes.
There's a reason why your son's undefeated.
Yeah, we work it, man. We work every day. I mean, I'm a student of the game, and,
Yes.
and I love doing this. I love broadcasting. I love watching fights. And by the way, and I already told Boom Boom, I was 10, 11 years old when I used to watch him fight on free TV.
That's it.
Free TV.
Network
Me and my
television.
mom, my dad, we called them earlier. They were so happy that I called them with Boom Boom, but
Oh man, see this what Conwell's doing the right thing. Break him from the bottom up, bang that body, and then bring them uppercuts. Smart, very good, smart fighting.
keep picking, just keep picking.
Well,
Gotta keep picking.
Charles Conwell, despite the fact that he had a cut outside of his left eye in the second round, has come out and has looked impressive thus far. One more round to go as he's wearing down Juan Conwell. 10th and final round. Charles Conwell looking to remain undefeated. He is 25 years of age, been a pro for 5 years. He was the youngest member of the 2016 U.S. Olympic team. Big shot to start off for Conwell. Conwell, no doubt, is looking to leave an indelible impression here against Juan Carlos Abreu.
But he just hit him with that right hand that would knock the building down. But Abreu stands right there.
Even though he hasn't knocked down Abreu, I think he has looked mightily impressive, dealing with the cut outside of his left eye, the cut on the bridge of the nose. He's being pushed, and he's taken on a guy who's been in there against some high-quality opposition in Juan Carlos Abreu.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's gonna get better from this fight, Ray. What can I say? Like, I mean, tough 10 rounds with a very durable guy. Look at that. Abreu's still taking those big shots, and he's there in front of him, and he's throwing punches at times. He's hanging out to him. He's trying. He's coming forward. Look, he's pushing Conwell back. So, you know, in this fight, I think Conwell's dealt with a lot of adversity. First of all, the cuts. The cut on his eye. What about the cut on his nose? And then a guy like Abreu that's still there in front of him, trying to land some shots. I mean, that's you cannot sleep on a guy like that. It's tough. Look,
And he keeps coming forward.
And he keeps coming forward, exactly.
Forward, the worst type of guy.
Well, to further your point, Raul, Charles Conwell, his conditioning has not dropped. He's still throwing short punches. He's still getting leverage behind his shots. Going 10 rounds against a guy who's been in there against high-quality opposition isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. And his work rate has not dropped. He's still accurate and hammering away upon Abreu.
Oh, I think that good body shot just hurt him. He hit Abreu with another good body shot. That's what's going to take him down.
Look, he's digging. Yeah, keep digging to the body.
Stay
Gotta
close.
keep digging it. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Dig to the body. Short uppercuts up the middle.
It's a minute to go, man. He's got to just stay down, keep his chin down on his chest, bang that body. Oh.
That's what he needs. We're here in this corner. Old Jones telling him that's what you need. He's right.
I can't tell you how
Keep
impressed,
picking him apart like that.
I can't tell how impressed I am with Charles Conwell. What a good-looking prospect he is.
Well, Conwell has dealt with adversity in his career on multiple levels, and again, another obstacle that he's been able to overcome and look impressive against Juan Carlos Abreu. Big right hand as we near the final moments of the fight.
I mean, look at this guy. These guys are fighting till the end. 10 seconds left in the fight.
Well, guys, guess what? You know why? Because we're at the War Grounds here in Carson.
That's it. The War Grounds. Exactly. The War Grounds.
Yes, my friend. And we head towards the scorecards at the War Grounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. And here are the judges' totals. Judge Ron Stevens scores his bout even, 95-95. Zach Young has it 98-92. Fernando Villarreal 96-94. Your winner by majority decision. Here's still undefeated Charles Bad News Conwell.
So majority decision victory for Charles Conwell, who remains undefeated. But Ray, majority decision, I don't think the fight was that close, or were we just off from a judging standpoint?
Well,